When people ask me, what would I rather buy, Toshi or Shiba Inu? I'm going to say Toshi. The answer is very simple in my opinion, even though that's not financial advice. The reason being is because, quite simply put, a lot of people that I know, they're into meme coins not to look cool, not to look interesting. Most of the time, they do want hypothetical upside. And we have to take a look at this purely from a numbers standpoint of view. Which would have an easier time, even let's say doing over a 10x from where it is as of right now? I think hands down it's going to be Toshi as opposed to Shiba Inu. I'm not talking about years ago. I'm talking about right here, right now. What could do better hypothetically in the next 6 months to maybe 10 months? I think it's going to be something like Toshi. And let me explain why. Because take a look at Toshi. 2 cents is my price target for it during this board. And if it were to reach that, it would be around a 17x from here. Considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $8 billion. Now, that's not too bad, right? We've seen Shiba Inu reach around 40 billion back in 2021. We've seen Dogecoin reach over 80 billion also that year. So I'm not talking about Toshi is going to be the next number one meme coin, which it isn't going to be. It's only logical in my opinion. I'm bullish on Toshi, but I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to be the number one meme coin. Even despite me thinking it's very amazing, I'm going to think about it logically. However, even besides that, again, right, an $8 billion market cap, I don't think it's too much to ask for, especially considering as of right now, there's more cryptocurrency owners than ever before. According to Crypto.com research, there's over 600 million. At the peak of the 2021 bull run, there was roughly around 300 million. So as of right now, the FOMO buying pressure and buying volume, I just think could be a lot better. Now, let's say on the flip side though, Shiba Inu doing a 17x from here. At that point, the market cap, considering current circulating supply, would be around $190 billion. Now, people may be thinking, okay, that's not too bad. Well, actually, I think that's really a lot in the grand scheme of things, especially for a meme coin. And I don't think Shiba Inu could do this. I'm not talking about 15, 20, 30 years later or anything like that. I'm just saying, let's say, in the next 6 months to 10 months. I don't think I could do that, you know? So if I could only put all my eggs into one basket, Toshi or Shiba Inu, hands down is going to be Toshi. And by the way, I'm not debating the fans or the exposure or like, you know, the hype for, you know, something like Shiba Inu when compared to Toshi, because let's face it, when it comes to that department, Shiba Inu does completely embarrass and blow out of the water, or should I say blow Toshi out of the water when it comes to that, because of course, fans, Shiba Inu is going to win there. When it comes to exposure, Shiba Inu is going to win there as well. When it comes to also, you know, the established nature of it, of course it's going to win, right? So that's not what I'm debating. I'm just debating hypothetical upside here. We do know that Shiba Inu is very amazing in its own right. Take a look at, for instance, Shibarium, which is Shiba Inu's layer 2. Now, many people would argue that this is actually very amazing, but on the flip side, even though I do think it's amazing, what I think about this is that it really didn't matter anyways for Shiba Inu to have this because the community was strong regardless. However, it's a good touch, and even that alone, I think, makes Shiba Inu just a much better meme coin than Toshi fundamentally speaking. But it doesn't mean that fundamentals always win in terms of percentage increase, because naturally, the lower something is, the more room it has to grow. So again, even though Toshi doesn't have the quote-unquote fundamentals that Shiba Inu has, hypothetical upside is just much better at this point. And that's what I'm looking for, right? Now, I'm not necessarily looking for a micro cap either, though, because I think that's a little bit too much risk. But what is something good in between? I don't want a dinosaur like Shiba Inu or Dogecoin, but I don't want a micro cap. So I think that's something like Toshi. Not only has Toshi done very well, much like I predicted, I do believe that, you know, still has some room to grow hypothetically. And why would it not? It's a meme coin on the base network. The base network is Coinbase's layer 2 network. And when I say this, I think a lot of people are like, wow, Coinbase. We all know that's very massive. Now, the amazing thing about this is that when it comes to Toshi, it's named after the co-founder of Coinbase's pet cat. I'm talking about Brian Armstrong here. You know, again, his cat is named Toshi. So it really does play into this vibe. You know what I mean? Now, the base network is wonderful in a sense that, like many layer 2s out there, it does allow for Ethereum to be enjoyed while at the same time not having to deal with the crazy gas fees and scalability issues. You know, that's the amazing thing about the base network and also other layer 2s. But some people may be wondering, okay, there's too many layer 2s out there. Take a look at Miria, take a look at Immutable, take a look at Arbitrum and all this. What makes you think that base even has a place moving forward? It's pretty much like a carbon copy of the others. Well, in a broad sense, I think maybe because, of course, the average person isn't really going to care which layer 2 it is. They just know that, oh, it's a layer 2. But when you take a look at the base network, again, it has that Coinbase backing. So In terms of pure use case for fundamentals, it may not be really that different, but in terms of backing, it does win in most cases, in my opinion. And keep in mind, the base network is built in collaboration with, Optimism, which is one of the leading Ethereum layer 2s. So that does give good validity there, in my opinion. Now, also, Toshi is listed in exchanges like Coinbase. So yeah, that's very massive. Take a look at crypto.com. So when I take a look at something like Toshi, it's heading up there, and it's only natural to assume that if a lot of attention does happen to the base network, which we're seeing as of right now happen in a good way, but it could be better as the bull run progresses, it's only natural to assume that people are going to focus on a meme coin on there, much like Toshi. And again, 2 cents really wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I think the base network is on the rise because it is unique, right? It is very interesting. When I take a look at that, despite that, we know that the base network is hypothetically going to gain a lot of attention just simply because of the fact that it has that Coinbase backing. Not to mention, take a look at Solana. When Solana popped off, a bunch of its Solana meme coins also did pop off. Take a look at Book a Meme. Take a look at Dog with Hat. That did amazing when Solana really gained that massive attention. I don't see why it would be any different when it comes to, something like Toshi. Of course, the base network is unique. It's interesting. People just like this because of the Coinbase association in a sense. And I think that is more than enough to hypothetically allow for this to do very well. And again, 2 cents during this bull run wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that this is a time when I'm going to go all in or dump everything. No, Toshi isn't the only meme coin I hold in my portfolio, let alone the only project that I hold, even though I do know some people who do that. They only acquire Toshi, in which case, hypothetically, they've been doing pretty well actually as of late. But even besides that, now this is of course depending when they entered, but when I first started talking about it, Toshi wasn't doing the best. However, even besides that, what am I going to be doing to prepare myself for this upcoming peak, hypothetically? That's by dollar cost averaging. So anytime an income, acquiring, holding, and just waiting, really it's that simple. It doesn't require any technical knowledge. It doesn't really require any skill even really, in my opinion. And it's just quite simply put, believing in a project and just acquiring and holding, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, it's not really complicated at all. Some people out there, they want to draw some random triangles on a price chart, and that's totally fine. It's their choice, but I don't want to dabble with that. I just like to keep things simple. Again, dollar cost averaging, that's king for me. And I just think it's a much better pick to me than Shiba Inu, or should I say when compared to Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu, I think, is going to do pretty good during this bull run. But I think Toshi, in terms of percentage increase, is hypothetically going to do fantastic. And we all know that fantastic is much better than pretty good. So that's why it is the winner here for me. I'm not necessarily saying that Shiba Inu is going to be bad or anything like that. It's going to be run for a long time. And it's going to do pretty good again during this bull run. But again, Toshi is the winner here when it comes to Shiba Inu, at least in my personal opinion. And make sure to subscribe if you gained value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's Mali the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.